me just like dipping out due to the fact that like I work, then I'm totally fine if this gets broadcasted out more.
I'm
Oh, hell
sure
yeah.
we can yada yada an excuse for Molly to have some sort of
I mean,
horrible demon encounter that causes her to
yeah.
temporarily
Whoa.
bamf in and out of reality.
More realistically, she found some flowers that are really pretty, so
Uh-huh.
she's just taking time to smell the roses. To stop and smell the
Nice.
roses.
Quite literally stop and smell the
Quite
roses.
literally, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Tanami just looks around. Where the fuck did she go this time?
And you look over and there's like a pretty rose bush and
Yeah.
she's fine.
And I'm like laying
She's
underneath
good.
it.
Okay.
You'll at least have a heads up if you're
frolicking in a field.
having to work.
Yeah, I'll let y'all know.
Mine will be what's it called? Mine will be, oh, oops, I have to meet with this client tonight. Sorry guys. Or nope, there's a thing that's happening right now and I won't make it back. So you at least have knowledge, but I will also hopefully never, but potentially need to miss.
Yeah, things happen. It's really a bigger deal on my end than it is on yours. Really, what I'm just asking you to do, if you want to do this, if we want to try and make this bigger, is to like share it on socials and stuff. It's really a little thing. But
I've already been sharing it like on some Discord servers and stuff.
Wonderful.
So.
Yeah.
So now that I've scooped out, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say we did have more people in the chat than our usual one guy the last time. So
yeah.
I was gonna say I think I saw some more people last time. Yeah.
Yeah, and one of them's probably me because I like having it running on the side so I can see the interact with the. That's also how I found out when I went to post one time. I found out my entire name was there. I was like, oh, I don't want my entire.
Yeah, I noticed that. So I went back to blue.
I was like, I was like, nope, fix that because I had never really. Yeah, fixed it though.
Went back to blue on the screen, and then I was reminded of that time Heather called me blue for like 6 months.
Well, like it's your actual name or something.
I mean, I got the name from somebody way wiser and smarter than me. So
you never specifically said by the way, here's what to call me. You never
I don't care.
did. And it took me until I was in a different game with someone else who happened to know your name, and they happened to say it enough times that I knew that they were referring to you to know what your name was.
Baloo's fine. He's my favorite character in the Jungle Book. In the movie, he's a buffoon. In the story, he's the keeper of wisdom and like education. I'm cool with that. Like I could aspire to be more like that guy. Also, he's comfortable pretty much everywhere in the jungle, scratching his bits in his back and whatever. So it's kind of a lug and a nice person.
Please don't scratch your bits on screen.
No. But I have been known to my first job was a deli. I have been known to walk up to the side of the case and scratch my back on the side of it like a giant.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you said back.
Back, yes, my back, you filthy, unwashed heathen, you.
Hey,
we're off to a strong start. We are streaming right now.
I am a washed heathen.
I bathe, thank you.
Still a heathen, but I do bathe.
Dirty hippie. Oh, that's funny. Who wants to cover what happened last time on, the thing with the judge and the woof? You heard me with the judge and the woof.
Play on shadows.
All right, update. One's slough. Did I say that right?
Slua.
One Slua is fed, 2 are dead, and 1 has bit Tanamichi. We do not know if that is fed enough to be satisfied. Tanamichi got a potion, so they are stable, but still struggling. The
2 are dead,
pops
1
back.
is fed. Sounds like a great punk band.
True.
Sounds more like punk lyrics.
The councilwoman pops back up like nothing happened. She walks up to Molly and yells, "Who the fuck are you?" And Kai raises up an arm off of the ground and yells, "Pest control." She says, "Come with me," and basically invites us to the White House. Kai radios everyone. We meet up and head there. We get some context that no modern human has ever been to Earth, so Kai has the most contact with Earth since he does have that jar of dirt. We have to yank 4 away from working on, thinking of stealing, the bike. We go into a meeting hall with 7 chairs. 1 is full, with the 2-foot-tall councilwoman, Helgatha. She also has a semi-sentient hair. She goes to prepare an axe, which is easy to wield due to gravity technology. She basically says, I'm going to go murder someone. I don't know how you got involved, and I don't really care. Don't die because I don't want to do the paperwork. Tanamichi goes to sit down in one of the chairs as he tries to cover his wounds. There are notes all over the table as to who in the council was replaced or compromised by yokai. The council is the governing body for the entire place, the station and the moon base. Her knowledge of yokai is suspicious, as they would have needed to been filled in by the council, or she would have had to learn about the yokai independently. Fazil has not been seen for weeks, but that's normal. She knows nothing about him. They are the voice of reason and the mediator of the group, but doesn't like that they have just disappeared. They haven't done anything wrong to her. She just doesn't like them. Elvion Ivlon?
Evelian. But
Evelian.
Evelian is fine.
I'm so bad with pronunciations and spelling. I'm sorry.
That's because they're bullshit names.
Evelion or Tyran are also suspected. Evelion has been on the moon for 3 days. Usually the trip is 6 hours. They make a habit of telling everyone everything they are doing, like their life is everyone's business. Hashtag social media influencer. They disappeared and went silent for 3 days. This has not happened in 30 years, and Tyran is on Earth's surface. We know there are 3 yokai on the station, and it is safe to assume that whoever we work with is a yokai due to just the statistics. Hoshi thinks she is going after the 2 humans to create a council of yokai. Talking about Helgatha is going to go kill the 2 humans on the council to create a full council of yokai. Kriv is here on the base in the social center. Helgatha storms out of the room, and Rina and Molly follow her. Tanamichi makes an awareness check and sees some water damage. Tanamichi digs Kai for him not doing his job correctly, since there is water leaking. Kai goes up, and the ceiling is soggy. There's a little pipe that is broken and leaking. He looks into a bathroom where there should definitely have more floor, and there is silvery brown fur. He looks further and basically sees a human suit, and this skin suit looks identical to Kai. He climbs up to get it, and basically this is the work of sentient cave dirt. They don't breathe, but love the concept of it. His jar of dirt feels lighter than before.
I've got a jar of dirt.
You don't know what
baggie of dirt, but we keep changing it into jar of dirt.
We
100%.
really do.
Someone really just insists on making the Pirates of the Caribbean reference. And it's like,
it is every single time.
I canonically established that as a Ziploc baggie of dirt.
I've got a pouch of dirt.
All right. Helga is interrogating, threatening children and people with her axe.
Mixed bag, right? Multitask.
Both.
Rena
mixed bag of dirt.
Both is not good in this case, but both.
Rena mentions that these people clearly did not let the Tom and the Sluow in. She takes this lead and runs away. Molly notices an apartment that looks just a little bit too small. Molly checks for the lever to the secret door and finds it immediately. It is a brass candlestick in the place of abundant technology and electricity. It is very clearly obvious. She sees that one person launched a pad for a spaceship. When Rena talks to the people, they say that Tyran paid them a big amount of money to keep this quiet and use this part of their apartment for the launch pad. The ship itself is not here, but Molly finds coordinates to the northern cap of the planet, basically North Pole-esque, but post-apocalyptic. As we are leaving, we find that the family has been absolutely shredded. Tanamichi and 4 found a medic kit, and Tanamichi is all better with a little heart. And then we just kind of left off figuring out what's next.
Hoshi also fully threatened Kai. Don't forget that.
Oh yes, yes. Held me at crossbow point. So I guess what goes around comes around.
And then gauged the reaction, and then let you all know that he truly didn't know about it.
Oh yes, thank you for reminding me on that.
And I did at the end of session establish that I have rolled up the skin suit of me and stuffed it in my bag.
That's going to be really hard to explain at your house.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't planning on taking it home. Ew.
Look, whatever you do in your private time is separate from the job. You know.
Unless the DM says, no, here we go. Or Rena just goes, actually, we're going home real quick.
Having said that, I do think as soon as Kai becomes aware of what Rena and Molly, the 2 of you were together.
Oh, that kind of aware. I was like, Kai is already self-aware. He's made decisions.
As soon as you find out what you've just found out, there will probably be a noticeable shift in Kai's demeanor.
No
Uh,
likey.
mm,
You. Sorry, in
So.
response to what Ford just put in the Discord, you. That was towards you.
I did nothing.
You are a liar.
I've done nothing. Whether it be in game or out of game, I have done nothing.
Does Rena or Hoshi cheese or Molly inform us of what you
I
found?
think you said Hoshi pause G's, but what I heard was Hoshi cheese. And I was like, what the hell is Hoshi cheese? How do you
I don't want to know and I don't want to find out.
No.
I don't.
Nope.
That's gross.
Yeah, it is. So let's not. Does Rena or Molly inform?
Oh, absolutely. Molly can't shut up about it. She's like, oh my God, you guys. So in this like apartment building, we found like a launch pad that was like hidden in these guys' like living room. And it went all like Twilight Zone on us. Like I pushed a lever and it like fully flipped me into another room where there was a launch pad and a spaceship. So I have the coordinates. So we can go find them.
The coordinates for what exactly?
I want you to know that I've just put in my notes that the Twilight Zone is now a canon thing in the world.
Oh no.
Cool.
So
Love that.
Hey, you said it.
What Rebecca just put in the Discord should go in the Twilight Zone because it shouldn't be in reality.
I can't look. You know the rules.
Not until the episode is over.
Not until the episode is over.
Yeah,
It's okay.
You know,
I
as
just
a
like
treat.
It's like a
I had to break
platypus.
her. I had to go ahead and break Heather at the beginning. It's fine.
Why?
But
You're still on the screen.
See,
It could be
that's
worse.
usually my job. Is I usually say some sort of jaw-droppingly awful pun that immediately makes Heather turn her camera off and protest.
I can't do that because we're streaming.
That's the best.
So what I heard was captive audience.
No, I can still walk away.
You wouldn't.
I have.
She has before.
It's
Truly.
true.
In this game, I have walked away. That's why I walk away, because I'm not going to turn off the camera and have it mess with stuff.
Look, come for the giggles, stay for Heather going, I'm out.
Yep.
So Molly is like waving the paper around and she's like, yeah, these are like the coordinates for like Tyron. Because you know, like how he went to Earth and now nobody can find him. Like I found where he is at least, or where his ship landed. So we have a lead and we can totally like go to Earth to like check it out.
I
Where are
found
the
a sheet of
coordinates?
paper.
I wonder what's on it.
Yeah.
It's a map.
So
What are the coordinates?
The coordinates are the coordinates to Earth's North Pole. I don't have the exact numbers.
Okay.
Well,
But, Jay, if they're
to what is
important-
left of the North Pole
So-
of Earth.
Correct.
Left of the North Pole.
So with
True.
all of the shifting that's happened in Earth, is this a we need to bundle up before we go down there type of North Pole?
So it is not like the commonly held belief is that nobody lives on the North Pole because it's a giant. How do I describe this? The ozone layer has been ripped off and shredded, actually, like Christmas paper on, in the morning.
Oh, for sure.
So there's no like greenery. It's all silt and ash, and dirt is too flavorful a word. No one lives on Earth. So during the day, it's excruciatingly hot because the sun just roasts it. And at night, it's a desert, just worse. Turned all over to 11 until you break the knob off. So whether or not you both, right?
So
yeah.
both is the answer.
Both, yeah. No one goes to Earth.
now, honestly, this is I don't know if that was commonly held knowledge. At least I did want to establish, canonically speaking, that Kai did not know that.
Oh. What was
About
Kaya under the impression of about Earth?
that some
But it was
sort of unknown calamity had befallen it, and
Sure.
that they learned essentially upon traveling to the agency that the yokai were responsible and had essentially occupied the planet in
Right.
some form or fashion.
Right. These two stories don't have to be contradictory.
Right. The idea of Earth being uninhabitable, I think.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That part was not made expressly clear and is kind of landing on them in this moment.
Oh, I see. Yeah, the generally held belief system is that Earth is either uninhabitable because of great crisis that has destroyed the crops and the dirt and whatever, or uninhabitable because some great terrible calamity befell it, from which you might infer that the environment is either it would be too hard to live there because the dirt just won't give up any resources because there aren't any, or because or and slash or that it's covered in, problems. Like,
Yeah.
But yes, either way, you have coordinates that will take you to the North Pole, what's left of it. Which is to say, not much.
Having said that, we did establish, I think, last time that one of our council member targets is like
Still here.
one level below us
Yeah.
in basically like a nightclub or something.
Yep.
Is that the one trying to fight people?
Pardon?
No, that is there's one dude living it up one level below us, and then we have the lady with the giant axe who's probably going to go murder that guy like right now.
That's what it sounds like. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think
You
that's
guys,
Yeah,
when the
we
family was obliterated, was she still there, or had she left?
She had left.
she had left, and I also remember us saying that we wanted to stay behind to make sure that the yokai here were really gone before we left.
Yeah.
What yokai here? Oh, the remaining Slua?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Can
now,
I
is the carnage of that family, if that information has been relayed to us, does the wound pattern or whatever on the family similar to anything we've seen up to this point on
does
Refuge?
it match the thing on Tanamishi's neck?
Is it the
basically.
Slua?
Oh, no.
Oh.
I see where we're going with this. And
Cool.
no, the
it
family in
doesn't? Okay.
here looks less like they were ripped apart and more like they exploded.
Oh.
Ooh.
Like they swelled up when, like a big bloody zit.
Ooh.
Well, I wonder if they got
Did not
like
need that
blown up
visual.
or something
You're
from
welcome.
like Tyron. Like if they broke the promise of like keeping his thing a secret, so maybe it was like a punishment for divulging his
Yeah.
secret or something
Mm.
versus
yeah.
another creature.
That
Or maybe that's what happens when a bunch of skin suits need to be abruptly discarded.
Ew.
Oh.
Yeah, right, because I'm the sicko.
Maybe.
Yes!
You okay
Yes!
there, Heather?
There doesn't
You're a
have to
right
be
creep,
just
you know
one.
that?
Mm.
Look at him like, what? Like, hey,
Everyone has an exploding meat suit. Come on.
that's true. I get mine from explodingmeatsuit.com on the cheap. Buy them in bulk,
I
I
don't
found the
need
thing
to
for
know
our
the
next
answer
ad.
to this, but it would be a
No.
very good thing to know if the amount of debris is equal to what should have been inside a human body.
Sorry, did you just call the
Shush
remnants
and
of a
move
shattered
on and
family
answer the question.
debris?
Yes.
What a
Heather,
cheese.
They're
the
not building
notoriously
materials, Heather. Those were
one-averse person.
people. They had lives and believe. I'm just kidding. I don't care. Like they're very.
I am
dead.
trying to
Clearly you
bring the
don't, 'cause you
descriptions
blew
back
them
from the
up.
visceral
I
know.
descriptor.
Extremely fictional. So yeah, let's just.
Yeah, right. The amount of. Let's go with debris. Wow, that's cold.
Yes.
Ooh,
People.
Rossi. Yes, it. Well, yeah. You're like 30% light.
So they took a snack on the go.
They're missing a couple of pints. What you're saying?
Not just the blood. There's less total. I mean, a lot of it was probably there's char marks where those people were, like little blast marks of where their toe outline was. So a lot of them was probably consumed in the blast. But if you had to look at what's left over and really look at it, which is to say not Hoshi, but while the rest of you get up to your eyeballs in viscera, yeah, you're missing some. You're missing some.
Are we able to tell
Debris.
what exactly we're missing from them?
Is there? Could I make any?
You don't see any
like
evidence
either
of. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna ask if I can make like some kind of either awareness or maybe awareness is the best one. Just to kind of see like if there's any like tracks or anything leading away from these things, like something
Sure.
exited,
Yeah,
or if it just went boom.
Sure, go for it.
Well,
Make
and it
an
had to have
awareness
happened
roll.
pretty quick because we closed the door
Yeah, we
and
were
then
right there.
and then it
Yeah.
happened and we opened it and it was like they were
You know what
gone.
this means? If Tanamichi comes up with evidence of tracks or a moving threat, that means you're up against something that moves incredibly fast, which is bad. And if Tanamichi rolls poorly and comes up with nothing, then you have no leads, and this still happened.
Yeah,
which
cool.
is
I came up with
bad.
absolutely nothing because I rolled
Right.
3 3s, a 4, and a 1. So
So-
fuck that.
Like,
What-
so you've got a
what
big
would
old
that be
pile
in?
of aw shit. Awareness.
Awareness.
While
Ooh, I will
joining
attempt.
them, can Hoshi make an awareness for as we're going through the halls, trying to keep an eye out for that sluagh and anything weird and all of that, not necessarily related to the exploding people, but just like, and I don't know if Kai's coming with her or not, or if they're staying behind.
I'm
gonna go
I'm
join.
following you, but I'm definitely not focusing.
Okay. Can I make a general awareness for as I'm going through?
Sure. I'm
Ooh,
trying to get you a
ooh,
picture
ooh,
of a
ooh,
sluagh. Give me a second.
I did a 6, a 5, 4, and a 4. And a
I
2.
have to roll a
Nice.
d12. That is the other system. These is a d6 system.
And what
So
is it
that
that you're
is-
looking for?
For me, it was awareness as well to kind of see if going back into the room, if she noticed anything.
Anything like tracks or anything like whether or not you're missing bits?
Or like any tracks or any evidence to see if we can follow this further.
You bet.
Kind of to compare it to what we've seen before.
And how many successes did you get?
I think I got a total of 5.
Yes.
Wow.
And I rolled 5 and I had 1 failure, but I had a 6.
You bet. Come on, machine, hurry up. So there's not a lot to see. You're definitely missing some matter. But the window, there's a window in here. I think I mentioned that last time. The window, there's a at first glance it looks solid, but it's not. There's a sheen on part of it. There is think of vampiric glamour, like a low level illusion. There's a hole in the mirror. There's a hole in the mirror, the window about yay big, that has magic put over it to look like it's not there. When you notice that, it pops like a little soap bubble and it's gone. Now everybody can see the.
While Hoshi's coming to keeping an awareness in the hallway, looking out for things, kind of doing threat assessment, I got 2 5s and 2 6s and a 3.
And you were looking for?
Just doing threat assessment as we're walking through, seeing if there's anybody acting weird, seeing if they're, making sure there isn't a sluagh that's about to chomp Kai, any of that type of stuff.
You bet. You look around, you don't see anything, but there is a smell in the air that looks a little bit like that smells a little bit like decomp. The thing I just put in the chat is what a sluagh looks like.
Yep, delicious.
I don't like it.
Is there a particular
Like
there
a
a
frog who
particular
took steroids.
direction that the rotted smell is coming from?
From the room you just left.
Oh, that's great.
So from the corner that perhaps Kai just left, where there was, a meat suit, or from a different spot?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. You're not in the apartment room. You're not in the apartment with them, right? Because you and
I'm
Kai are
coming
different.
from the council room to the apartment. That's what I'm
Right,
trying to assess.
Right. I apologize.
On that traveled, is there anything I noticed with 6?
It'll get more in that you'll pick up that smell maybe 50 feet from the apartment door, and it'll become downright palpable when you enter the room.
Okay.
You can feel it. It goes out the window.
Okay.
There is a thin yellow slime that coats the inside of that hole, like something scraped itself on the way out.
Am I free to try to show the audience what this looks like?
Oh yeah, sure. Go for it.
If my phone will let me.
I will. Oh,
No,
maybe.
not really, but
No,
there you go.
It's too bright. It's too bright. Hold on, let me.
Can you?
My
Well, if
brightness.
you're in Twitch, can you? Oh, I don't know if we can post a thing in the chat in Twitch.
we're not in Twitch.
We're on YouTube.
Oh, we're just that's right.
There we go.
There you go.
Twitch had various reasons that I went with YouTube instead.
The
This
one.
is what it
Can
looks
you zoom in on the face? Because that's the real thing. That's
That's the
Fun.
moneymaker, if you would say.
Oh my God, Vicky.
Yeah, that.
I hate it so much.
Look at that thing. Look at it. What?
Nova is
there's
going back and forth beneath my desk, rubbing her entire length as hard as she can on the desk leg, and then my leg, and then the desk leg, and then my leg.
So the picture doesn't do a great job of scale. The Slua is at the shoulder, about as tall, like 5'11", at the shoulder.
Oh, great.
And the face, there's actually, like, my cheekbones are right here. Its cheekbones are right here and jut out far enough that it extrudes the face. They're squirrely
I like it
looking.
even less
So
now.
like the dad from American Dad kind of face. Where it's just like
Stan
cheekbones
is
just
Stan is just sort of poofy in the face. This thing has jagged right angles.
Lovely.
mathematician.
You might call it geometric.
So
That's
I
what
will
the G
make
and
a
GQ
comment
stands for.
about the smell as I enter, and well, I'll start to enter and step back and let y'all know in case you had missed it.
That sort of, when you got to throw up real bad and your jaw gets heavy. Is that just me? That sort of sensation will.
Cool.
Once we
Kai, where are you? Have you gone with Hoshi?
I have followed Hoshi into the room.
So we're all in the room together.
I'm going to step past the viscera.
Is that what Tanamichi's doing right now? Is
put his breathing mask on.
Okay.
It's more like step over towards other viscera because it's everywhere. But continue.
And I want to go into the secret room and do two things. I want to look at visually the coordinates readout of whatever the on-screen depiction of Earth looks like. And secondly, I did want to. I think we established last time that we are capable of directly contacting our patrons, our Overwatch
handlers. Yes.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, it is considered not a breach of contract, but a breach of conduct for them to call, for you to call them and not just wait for them to call you. But technically, you're allowed to, in the same way that you might address your boss by your first name, by their first name, even if they specifically told you not to do that. You still can.
In this
also,
instance,
we can just think the thing and they know it. So
right. So to call them feels like
you can just be like, "Oh man, it's really important that."
Right. So if you call somebody, you're essentially saying, "I demand your attention right now, and it can't wait."
I demand their attention right now, and it can't wait.
Just checking. All right.
It can wait.
Apparently not.
There's a mechanical door.
You mean the swivel door?
Yeah. 4. Game face. Demons. Space.
This Scooby-Doo stuff is old news, man. That was last week. Stop living in the past.
Anyway,
but there's also a spaceship somewhere.
That's true. Yeah. That was then, and this is now. So you call them, right? And by them, you do mean Skulk and Smile, yeah?
Skulk and Smile.
All right, you bet.
This concerns them directly and personally.
Wait, why?
Why? What you gonna tell us, Scott?
Right. Skulk will answer the phone and go, "Well, that's unusual." But then again, our relationship is. What can I help you with?
So Kai is basically sitting on whatever the equivalent of a desk is, with his feet on a chair.
Yep. Like a badass. Yep.
Swiveling the desk chair back and forth with their feet, just like
John Adams. You bet.
Yeah.
So Downward Revolutions, he created the swivel chair. He really did.
So you'll recall, boss.
Oh, I think we're past that. Skulk is fine.
When we visited your personal residence.
Yes.
Whilst there,
mm-hmm.
I may have obtained a brief soil sample from your front yard.
Oh, you shouldn't have done that.
I know that now.
Oh, I see. Yeah, most of the things in our home and outside of our home are cages for various creatures. You shouldn't have done that.
So, obviously, there has been a tactical complication
Right. Yeah. We'll get to that in a second. Why did you take dirt from our yard?
Oh, let's go with the old standby. It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Right, but it's dirt. Do you have a fascination with dirt? We could get you some dirt that isn't also a prison. Like,
as a citizen of a space station living in the deep future, post-apocalypse, where
I'm sorry, that was insensitive of me. We will get you some Earth dirt. I'm terribly sorry.
Yeah, that part was the thing. It was both a sentimental and also a.
We can do better than dirt. It's not like you're part of the organization. Would you perhaps a flower, a coconut?
No, I need you to understand something.
Give him some seed.
What I'm talking to you about.
Some seeds. Use that S, man. Seeds, not some seed. Like,
bro.
God damn it.
Not the time. What the problem Kai is having is that they are essentially trying to confess to a agency worthy breach of conduct.
Yeah.
Right.
This is essentially I have just told you. No, worse than that. Because what I was trying to do was obtain a sample in order to essentially give it to the hydroponics folks on the station to beef up their agricultural capacity, potentially improving the lot of the people on refuge with bacteria or can you do a chemical composition analysis and use this to better refine our artificial supply of topsoil so that the station's survivability lasts longer. And it has spectacularly backfired on me because I didn't realize they were keeping demons in their front yard like a bunch of weirdos.
Weirdo.
So
honestly, it doesn't surprise me though.
Yeah, but the problem with this obviously is that this is probably the sort of thing that gets you if you just openly admit to it on a recordable channel. So but also, that was from their front yard. They shouldn't have been holding those things either. So obviously, this is mutually problematic for both.
Right, you're
people
looking
involved.
for a gray mail situation. I'll keep my mouth shut because I get something out of it, as long as you keep your mouth shut because you get something out of it.
Right.
Which is different than blackmail, because blackmail says you'll keep your mouth shut because I get something out of it. And that's kind of it. Right?
Yeah, so that's the situation. Meanwhile, they're also spinning over in their mind the idea that Earth at this moment is no longer fit for the sort of thing they had been hoping for, which was hey, can I maybe marshal a shinobi army and retake Earth from the yokai invaders?
Did you say any of that to Skulk on the phone?
I would say I don't know if I'm going to say that on the phone yet. That part is going to be a
cuteness.
Needs to be withheld until they're speaking in person.
And as far as we know, maybe the Earth being uninhabitable is propaganda to make sure people don't want to go there.
Right. The North Pole, at the very least, is not survivable, but we don't know about the remainder of Earth's corpus.
Remember when phones fairly recently for some people got that true audio upgrade and all of a sudden it sounded like you're in the same room with a person? That shift in audio quality, only we're going down this time, happens on the call. And Skulk says, hey, I've just disconnected your communicator from the rest of the network for a moment. So nobody can hear what we say except the two of us. Not even the rest of your team. We don't have a lot of time. That's totally legal.
I'm gonna flip the mechanism for the room so that I'm alone in here.
Okay, you bet. And he goes, I'm not supposed to do this, but we got off on a very look, we threw you under the bus. We're sorry. We Smile is here in the room with me. We want to take a step to try and establish that trust that we would really like to have. So if you had anything you wanted to say very much off the record, now would be the time.
Real quick thing. Tanamichi does not want to leave anyone in a spot alone. So, I think he would try to, like, maybe not like, yeah, he's gonna try to sneak in and
I don't know that there's a sneak.
It's a big spinning door. Yeah, it's gonna grate on the floor.
Well, no, but like before that, like when it was open, he would have gone in and then kind of like hid in like a shadow or something.
You bet.
I'm still trying to figure out how the door
Acted
works,
like
so
he
I'm
got out.
also in there.
Have you not seen an episode of Scooby-Doo? They go.
It's a Scooby-Doo
That's what I was
door.
thinking.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Scooby-Doo.
someone link the Young Frankenstein gif for Stormy, please.
I've seen it. I know the joke.
Okay, anyway,
but it's a space station. It
right.
can be more complicated.
It can, but it isn't. Like,
So
I don't know, like if you want me to roll a stealth roll, I can, but Tanamichi's going to be in that room.
That would depend on whether or not Kai gives a shit. Like if Kai would not have this phone call go down the way it goes down.
It just means there's going to be a follow-up conversation with Tanamichi is all.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
So I don't want to press you. This phone call doesn't last very long because the longer it is, the longer we'll have to explain it. So this is more like I'm telling you we can do this if in the future you have something you want to share.
Right. So fine. Any tips for corralling this little dirt monster?
Now that it's loose, you'll need a different patch of sovereign dirt.
We're in fucking space, genius.
Yes, I know. I understand the problem. You asked how to fix it. That's how you fix it. You go to Earth and get dirt. I didn't say it would be easy. You didn't ask for an easy solution. It's the only solution there is. You'll need dirt from the planet. It won't go back in the dirt it's free from because now that dirt smells wrong. You'll need new dirt.
So I take it there is still arable soil somewhere on the planet.
That is a very closely held secret, but technically, yes. We are out of time. Pineapple. And they'll hang up. The call will change like back up to clarity.
Cool. So I'm gonna be a little oblique with the rest of this then.
Oblique.
So you guys, you recall we had a bit of a non-standard orientation.
Are you talking to them or your team?
Them.
Yes, that is an accurate way to phrase it. Generous, even.
Right. The means by which we were dispatched on said orientation was outside protocol, let's say. Unusual, atypical. But it is a means affiliated with a certain extracurricular faction.
Yes.
Do you have contacts with that extracurricular faction?
Yes.
We should compare notes when we get done with this job.
Sure.
I hang up.
Hoshi is standing outside of the door doing this, forgetting that she has an air mask, and just letting Rena do whatever she's doing, and not even paying attention that the others aren't there, trying to like kind of keep an eye, but also mostly keep an eye on what's happening outside, but just
Yeah, Molly is definitely trying to listen in as well.
I will approach Tanamichi, kunai in hand, and let him know that which betrays my trust is lost.
Was there trust to begin with? Sorry.
Little bit.
That's all I say, and then I open the door and go through.
I understand the need for secrets, but as long as they don't get any of us killed. And he kind of slinks off in another direction.
I will turn back. I'm not here for you. And we're done.
So where are we headed to from here?
Well, does Kai give any more leading information to the rest of us that are? Because as far as Rena is aware, you were looking for the Slua. I saw the window.
I'll pop through.
Yeah.
I talked to Overwatch. They have experience with the whatever. Yeah. With the whatever. I'm not sure the
what was the I think I have it in my notes somewhere.
The thing that wore you like a dress.
Oh.
Oh, that
wow.
thing. That thing. Oh, okay, yeah. Continue.
Yeah, that apparently we're going to need to go back to Earth, ground side, to retrieve a replacement sample.
Molly gets really excited about the idea to go back to Earth, especially for soil.
Wait, there's nothing there. Can we stay on the station?
Well, we can leave a yokai running rampant on board this facility interminably, as long as we don't mind everyone being dead when we come back.
Can we deal with the Slua first?
Sure.
Well, yeah, because what's the priority? The Slua or the skin suit things?
We don't really know what the skin suit thing is, what it is capable of, what it does yet. All we know is that it likes to wear, me as a costume.
The Grecanil.
Yeah.
The air stalker.
The Grecanil, yeah.
My thought is the Slua, as of right now, are currently fed, so we don't necessarily have to worry about them going off and killing people at the moment if we take a couple days to go to Earth. Because since we don't know what the skin suit things are doing, it wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe take care of that first because we know the Slua are not an immediate threat. Does that make sense?
There is only one left, and we know it's fed.
Okay, and we need dirt from Earth. Where is that even going to be? Isn't the whole thing just slag?
Well, we could start with whatever those coordinates were that Molly found, because clearly that guy had something to do there. In that
those
particular
coordinates
place.
go straight to the North Pole, and have a warning underneath it that says extreme gravimetric, and I can't believe this is written on a screen, but that's the kind of world you live in. Fuckery. Extreme gravimetric fuckery.
Wait, so we gotta get GravTech?
I believe I said gravimetric fuckery. Fuckery is not a synonym for technology. Sometimes.
I'm gonna look over this. I want to scan the metadata. I want to see who updated this. Because that's not what that shouldn't be on an official notification. You can't have that on a sign.
Well, I mean,
this isn't on the books though. This is like his own personal thing.
Yeah, right.
like this is clearly not something that he shared with the rest of the group.
Yes, but go ahead and make your roll anyway.
Okay. So what am I engineering? I don't know.
You're just digging through the notes, right? To see if he's been hacked or whatever.
I guess.
So I would actually go with insight, which is the same skill you would use if you were trying to figure out whether or not something had been AI'd or not. In the modern day, you look it over and you go, no, that's not how humans talk.
I sent you a question.
Okay, just one?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew have to get nuttier then. Must be getting slow in my old age.
2 4s, a 3, and a 2. 4? Actually, I don't know what I'm rolling for yet. So
insight.
Insight.
It's spirit. It's under spirit.
Okay, so just 2 4s and a 3 then. So 2 successes.
Nice.
There is the metadata is mostly a series of journals. The computer is one part coordinate, but also like it's a running notepad document. It looks like Tyron goes to a city on Earth, um, talking about something called the Veil, and he goes through it constantly. Um, and the first time it was an accident. His plane crashed. He forgot to fuel up, and then there was a space raider, and he needed to land somewhere right now. And he was like, "I'm powerful. I'll live on Earth for, a few days or whatever. It's not a big deal. I'll contact the rest of the council. I'll be fine. It'll suck, but I'll be fine." But he landed to his great discovery to find that there is not only life on Earth, but thousands of people in this hidden city. And now
this is Tyrion that found this, right?
Terran, right?
Tyrion.
And he goes, and now I have this problem / opportunity, in that there are these people, and I'm looking at them, and they saw my ship crash. I didn't land it; it crashed, right? So I need to tell them something. Like, but I can't say, "Hey, I came from another place," because they weren't under the impression that the station I came from exists. So I quickly changed the story and said, I've hit my head, right? I came up with some story why the thing I just said wasn't true, and then moved on with the new story. And then I was going to let it go, but I found that I was bonded to these people. They were nice in a gritty city sort of way, but they were still wholesome people who, most of them, who could use some help. And I had wisdom to give and muscles to use, and I helped. And Tyron's helped do the city equivalent of raise a couple of barns. There are some kids he's gotten to know. He plays like basketball with children. He's has a whole second life in this other city that the council would never approve of. And he's kind of gotten to know this guy.
And they're not supposed to have attachments.
Right. He's gotten to know this guy. Like, you know what I mean? So can't let that out of the bag. And then the notes change, and all of the emotion, like a couple of weeks ago, all of the emotions just drain away. And it's slow, plotty, boring. Like if you could write doldrums.
Almost like he had a Tom hanging out in his apartment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Almost like Tyron wasn't doing the writing anymore, perhaps.
Yep. Like, it's not him anymore.
Could be. But there's no evidence of where Tyron went. But it does look like he keeps notes of when he left and when he came back. And the Tom shift isn't gradual. It's a light switch, not
very
an
abrupt.
Right. It's a very abrupt change, and the change happens on the way back.
Oh, so he maybe took a stowaway or got hijacked or something.
Maybe he brought his own dirt.
Or did
maybe he brought his own dirt. It looks it looks like maybe Tyron went to Earth as scheduled and didn't come back. Or at the very least didn't come back alone.
Yeah, I would best say probably brought the Tom.
Or is no longer himself and is a yokai.
Yeah.
That's my thought immediately with the tone switched.
Yeah. Immediately like, I have to keep up appearances
stop talking about, the Tom isn't going to make him stop talking about who he's interested or any of that. It's just going to make his viewpoint less excited and all of that, versus like a total switch up means he doesn't care anymore. Like this is no longer details that are relevant to him anymore.
Right. Yeah. The metadata changes to be more like it sounds like the Tyron shifts his opinion to keep going to Earth because on the same timed interval he did before, but you don't see any record of what he's doing there.
So he's just kind of following a robotic schedule.
Right.
Like keeping up appearances.
Right. I went to Earth for X number of hours for X number of days, so I'm going to keep doing that.
So this is what this guy does. So therefore, I'm going to continue doing that in order to uphold my cover.
The changes go. The writing goes from I don't know how I'm going to keep this secret from the council. It's getting harder and harder to explain why I keep disappearing. Thankfully, Helgatha has decided that that's just what I do, and that she doesn't ask follow-up questions, and that's very helpful. But Fazl's fussier than that, and I have to keep convincing them that I had something to do. And they're very good at knowing when people are full of crap. So the writing goes from that to I have to keep telling them I have to keep my secret, right? It's very mechanical.
Okay, now hold up here, though.
What's that?
What's the secret?
The traveling to Earth.
Oh.
That he's the secret used to be that he's traveling to Earth. The secret then becomes I am a yokai impersonating this council member.
Right. Potentially.
Potentially.
Right.
And if it's not, it's something else equally not great.
But see, here's the weird part, though. If he is a yokai, would he not have fond or like there would be at least one of the other council members because we're after 3 that have been replaced.
True.
Out of 5.
They might not know that each other have been replaced.
That would be fucking wild.
That would be hilarious if, like, let's say 2 of them were intentional and then this was an accident.
Right, and then one of them accidentally murders the other thinking, like, oh, I'm taking out a human, and then it's like, oh no, I'm taking out one of my own allies. Whoopsie.
Yeah.
Whoopsie doodle.
This feels kind of like a potential of, like, what, like the mafia or secret, werewolf or any of that, where it's the like
you don't know who you're on.
When you play it where there's the version of like the werewolves know who each other are, but they're allies, and their allies know who the werewolves are, but the werewolves don't know who their allies are. It kind of feels like that could be an option here. Hoshi would like to not go to Earth. Can we just stay here? Can we not?
I
Because there's so much shit waiting for us there, and she's not excited about it.
I don't like.
Well, don't we still need to go after
Helgatha?
Yeah, Helgatha, who was going for a different council member that was right below us.
Yeah, we should.
All she said is, "I'm going to murder some people." We extrapolated that it was the council members.
Oh, okay. But I know that there's another council member underneath.
There is another council member underneath that she could be on the way to murder now. She also could have murdered these people.
Yeah, she could have come back in, killed all the witnesses.
Not as fast. Did we establish that she's that fast? Because I feel like
not. That would have been real fast.
Yeah, and the other thing is
that would have been so fast.
If that was the goal, she would have just killed the 2 of you as well, or at least attacked you.
Fair enough.
We need to go.
Valid.
We need to go find the sun puntee.
The sun puntee.
Yeah.
As opposed to the sun punter,
Yeah. Well, that's gonna be us. So
yeah. On that note, Kai is going to take the little Ziploc baggie of dirt. There's usually just a little capsule for.
I've got a bag of dirt. I'll see you in 15 minutes.
Yeah, and he's just going to like vacuum it into space.
Good idea.
Smart.
No longer useful.
Nah.
So
she's fucking on to you, man. He gets like needing to keep that a secret, but also like
this group is still I trust you with my life ish.
I trust you with my life at arm's length.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay. I'm gonna go actually grab dinner because that's a good idea, right? Eclipse?
Yeah, that sounds like a solid plan.
Eclipse says, "Oh no, it's not going to show
cameras."
Eclipse,
no.
I finally found a way to not have you on camera, even when you want to be. Goofball,
baby. Oh,
here we go. Here we go.
Fun. Yep.
Today's session brought to you by Barrett Soil Company, where you get more than what you bargained for.
Do you think you know your friends? Have you checked to make sure that they are not walking skin suits inhabited by living Earth? Call 1-800 Extermination of Humankind today.
They're among us, man. There's no way to figure out who's who. Call 1-8. Uh, call now. We're listening to people on the radio. Tell us your takeover stories here on Space Station 104. I think they have space olive oil.
Probably.
I don't see why not, but that seems like the sort of thing that only the really, really, really rich people would have.
Smallest segue. If when you guys get olive oil from the grocery store, do you get the cheap olive oil, the middle of the grade olive oil, or the expensive olive oil?
I get the garlic infused.
I get the massive tub of olive oil from Costco and just hope for the best.
They sell olive oil in tubs.
Well, not like tubs, but like the big like gallon pour bottles of
Okay.
olive oil. Yeah. We use a lot of olive oil when cooking
Mm.
in my house.
Ah,
I recently went from the kind of mediocre store brand to one that's like 1.5 times its cost, and it's a lot better.
Oh, I 100% believe that.
extra virgin.
God, there are so many jokes. No, it's just higher quality. It's where they source the virgin olives.
So like an olive monastery.
Oh, Jesus.
I
Oh my
went there.
God.
I went there. I went there. I went there. I went there.
Oh, I'm trying to think of any more like off the cuff ad reads. There's one thing that this space station probably has. Dr. Pepper in space.
Come on down for your extraterrestrial root beer float.
Nice.
An extraterrestrial root beer float is just a regular root beer float, or right? It's not even a root beer float. An extraterrestrial root beer float is just drinking root beer in zero gravity.
Space. It's just a root beer float in space.
No, because it's the root beer that's actually floating because it's in space.
Right. So
See?
it's just the root beer. There's no ice cream involved. It's actually really disappointing.
Yeah. Jay Rinker's comment. Perhaps I trust you with my life, but I won't tell you anything personal. Unless you're Rena, where I won't do either. Or is that or is that Hoshi? Am I in the backwards?
Yes, you are getting them backwards. Hoshi's more than willing to tell you to your face that she won't reveal anything about herself Rena will tell you things. Those things just might kill you.
Does too much, she'll sunpun you.
Good luck. You guys don't even know how that system works.
I'm sure Borin Kai can figure out how to sunpun someone.
Oh, I know exactly how to do it. Our system. Our whole station has little capsules in the sides of the the windows and the walls to just like stick small things that are non-recyclable and just.
Do 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 do. I do do. I do do. I do do do.
I see we're all back now. We have returned beyond.
Whatever is coming up in front of Kai looked for a second like you were somehow sitting with your foot very weirdly twisted up behind you. You're always covering that piece. And it threw me off for a second. I was like, that's not you. That's the picture.
Yep.
On with Zoom backgrounds. Ooh.
Now you need a theremin. I need to buy one of those.
Yes. Oh my God, those are so cool.
Don't give him a theremin.
Yes.
This doesn't, for her own sanity, it doesn't need him to have a theremin.
Give is a strong word. I gotta buy one. Didn't you hear me?
Honestly,
would that bribe work?
If you purchased a theremin, that would give me incentive to like come visit you so I could play with it.
I've seen a few in stores.
I would fly
across the. There's a theremin in a place you have physically traveled to?
Yes, I have seen one.
Yeah, they're instruments.
Oh, I know you can. I know what a theremin is. I just don't know of any music store around here that has one where I could like go touch the thing.
Oh, it was very much not around here.
I was going to say, knowing full well that you don't actually touch a theremin.
Right. I was going to say, you don't have to.
That's kind of the whole bit. Like. Oh, I'm really looking forward to playing the Doug theme song on a theremin. It'll be fun.
I walk away and then I look at the chat.
Oh yeah. Oh, the YouTube chat. Yes, no, because I haven't looked at the Discord.
Oh, I was taking the Discord.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I can't do that.
But the YouTube one. Oh, that one.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yes. Jay Rinker is just going on a tear.
I know. I love it. You know, one of these days, I'm going to see if I... What now? Energy. Yeah.
Yeah, keeping up that energy.
All right, so what's our decision going to be? Because I know we have valid reasons to go in every direction. Kai, what are your thoughts? Because I feel like you're kind of in the middle of all of this in every different direction.
Very much so.
So what would Kai want to do first?
What's that demon on your shoulder telling you to do?
It's not the evil side. It's the side that rocks. Just ask Kronk.
Yes.
Or the side that dirts?
Oh, no,
Or-
not that kind of, not dirt and rock and roll.
Oh,
Or
not rock and stone?
Rock and stone. Shut up. You're not part of the clan. Yeah.
we're not advertising a different game.
I
Why not?
did-
DRG, as long as a single one of us stands, we are Legion. We're not
Mhm.
stuck. We're not stuck in a creepy cave with them. They're stuck in a creepy dark cave with us.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Whatever
Anyway.
that means.
Yeah, sure.
See, you'd know if you were one of us.
It's not gonna happen. I play League. I'm sorry.
They're not even close to the same thing. It's 2025. You can have more than one favorite game. Favored game. You
Mhm.
can't have more than one favorite game, but you can have more than one favorite game.
Not with League.
Anyway, so
So, grand and fearless leader who knows what he's doing on the space station, what do you think we should do?
Wait,
Oh,
which one
don't-
of you was that?
don't call me
Wait.
the leader.
Kanamichi.
Maybe don't call me the leader, guy I threatened 5 minutes ago.
Oh,
a
he's-
strong word.
he's
I took
doing
that to
it-
be-
As very much like
Snide.
fucking with you and being snide and
the
like
deadpan is strong with this one.
Yeah.
Remember?
Uh-huh.
uh-huh.
Well, something's strong with this one, that cloak. Anyway. Two potential yokai downstairs, one potential yokai millions of miles away. Might as well go for the two we have in hand.
We
Okay.
also have whoever was on the moon may or may not be one.
True. No sense taking a round trip and leaving them to their own devices while we're gone.
You're here.
Besides, how much worse could things on Earth get, right?
Don't you dare say that.
I think we're kind of in a rush, though. I'm pretty sure Helgatha's about to go kill some people.
Yeah.
Can
Sure, let's-
like we send Molliers and someone after her to like calm her down or something,
Is there a way of tracking her?
and like take her hammer away? I'll take the hammer.
Well, there's plenty of ways to track her. Unfortunately, I think Four and I are holding them all. Apart from the one he stashed on my bike.
I did that as a favor, and you keep accusing me of something for it. It's not like I want to know where it is at any given time for a
Anyway,
reason.
let's just move on and
No, you're not the only one holding all of them. But my question is, there a way of like looking at like the cameras or
Yeah,
environmental or anything
there-
like that where we can find her?
we still have a feed. We're still tapped into their feed, so we could probably track her movements since she left the apartment. However, that connection's gonna get flagged if we keep using it. So
So you're saying you don't want to use it?
I'd use it.
yeah,
I'll use it specifically me if you want. Like if
Well,
that makes a difference.
it doesn't make it. Whoever's holding this device is going to be the one getting in trouble for it. So, but
Oh,
it's probably
I'll do it.
good. Fine. Here, have at it.
You got this, space cowboy.
Lone Star.
Sure.
All right. So so I'm using it to track her now or look where she's at.
You bet.
Yeah.
We can
Okay.
try to, because if we go to the nightclub and it's only her there and the other one's gone, okay,
Mhm.
or if she actually is going after them, or if she's going somewhere else entirely, like
Yeah. What we're using is essentially we're just using it's an iPad equivalent that's linked to the surveillance system for the station that we hacked into in order to track the Tom.
Mm.
Well,
Since that was only a few minutes ago, we presumably still have an uplink.
You bet.
Yeah,
Helgoth has gone downstairs. She is down a level. She is in a nightclub. And the people in there are packed so tight that it is difficult for her to move through the crowd, and she's unwilling to hack all these people down to make that happen. But you can see the person she's presumably in here after. Creve is one of the people in your dossier. Creve is pretty tall, dirty, right? Like they don't bathe like they ought to. which is wild that they are surrounded by people. Many of them are close enough in their space that is like hygiene's a big thing. Creve is just compelling enough to overcome that particular obstacle. And is getting these people to harm each other, both physically and emotionally.
How?
By talking to them.
Yeah, the very specific description we got is known to use their empathy to destabilize others. So clearly doing that right now.
And
what's
from
the name of this nightclub that we're in?
The one you're in an apartment building. The one you're headed to is the Broken Glow Stick.
Okay, just making sure I'm tracking.
It should be the one we're heading towards, though, for sure.
Right.
Yes,
He's
okay.
using his
okay
charms to make people hurt each other and themselves.
You bet.
Then Rena just
and this
starts
is
heading
definitely
off that
spreading
direction.
through the crowd. At this rate, that entire nightclub will just become one big like
melee.
Yeah. Helgotha was threatening those. Helgotha was threatening the people before, but she, like when you found her in this building, but she probably wasn't going to cut any of those people in half for anything. It was all a big show. She is part of the council, you know, well respected. And
wait, did you say it's a big show?
Like the wrestler?
No, it's because she's 2 feet tall.
Really?
Short jokes? Really?
Is there a way of using ventilation or anything to cut between, instead of having to go down to the entrance and cut through the same way she is?
I can. I don't know if y'all can.
Right. Only one of you has the nickname the Tunnel Weasel.
No, Ferret the Ferret. Shush now. I earned that nickname. I'm double jointed.
Yeah.
Rena's just gonna use the front door. She's just gonna start walking and going.
Yeah, I feel like Molly's right behind her.
Yeah, if you don't slow down, you should make it there before the crowd, as the wave of negativity washes over the crowd towards Helgotha. You should get there before, you know, something bad happens.
I use the vents to get there sooner,
wave
so
of negativity.
We have somebody nearby.
Yeah, Hoshi, if you want to go ahead and take my little shortcut, fine. I'll swap with you from our last mission, and I'll take 4 on the damn bike.
Look at that face.
Like
a kid in a candy store.
The palpable joy. I'm not leaving that thing out in the open for someone to just fucking steal it.
Would they know how to ride it, though?
Yeah, I'm sure people would probably know how to ride it. Would they know how to ride it without crashing the damn thing? No.
I don't know. That amalgamation of engineering.
It's a wonder.
She will gladly take the shortcut, especially if she can get essentially a sniper shot.
You're gonna shoot this person?
Be available to do so should needed.
Oh, I see.
Now the question is whether Kai is going to bother warning her about the dead. Well, no, I didn't. I did send something to clean up after it. So there's a crossbow bolted Slua corpse pinned to the wall at the bottom of that ventilation shaft. But I did send the cleanup bots to carve it up for organic material to send back to the reclamation. So it's probably dealt with by now.
So let me get this straight. You're all going to walk like normal people, except for Hoshi.
Hoshi's going to go down the vents. 4 and I are going to go on the bike. The rest of them have yet to
I was getting to that. But Hoshi's going to take the shortcut. 2 of you are going to take the bike. The rest of you are walking like normal.
Yes. Tanamichi's gonna join Hoshi, so nobody's alone anywhere.
Can Tanamichi join Hoshi? Can you have 2 people do it?
In the ventilation shaft, yes, but not shoulder to shoulder, or maybe like right behind you, not next to you.
And Tanamichi has like some wind stuff too, if we need to get anywhere faster.
Nice.
So blasting through these things if we
need to. You use that like a wind turbine and whoosh, you'll get there before the 2 of you will get there first. Then Kai and 4 the round after that, and then the 2 of you the round after that.
Or I have a question for you from what you just posted in the Discord. Who said that we were just observing?
I was not following the full plan.
We're supposed
I
to
see. The
I
plan
take
is
out the yokai so that the council is just the people.
right. I
right,
thought we
but
were
the plan
following Helgatha to make sure she didn't kill someone, and everyone's going in like, let's fucking get him.
Technically the mission as given to you was restore the council at all costs, including if that cost is letting the yokai get away. Like, but
If they're in the middle of the club,
But there is a
in the
person in the middle of
clearing.
the club making people harm themselves and
yes,
others.
yeah,
Oh, okay. So that's what I missed.
Therefore,
Yeah, that's
it is
Creve.
not
I stepped
just,
away
oh,
for a
I'm going to get to
single
them first.
second.
It's literally, there is a wave emanating from this council member causing people to harm themselves and others that Helgatha is not cutting through the people to get to because she actually, cares about her constituents. So if he's doing that, Hoshi wants to try to get one of us, and apparently now it's her, in position to put him out, whether that's knockout, kill, grab, whatever, because we can't be stuck in the same crowd that she is. We also need to not harm people, but this is not a thing that's able to safely continue, literally. So,
so the two of you get there first. The club floor, it's a very neon, it's very loud. It's a nightclub, lots of dancing, lots of drinks, probably some let's go with substances. Like it's big, it's loud, it's noisy. To me it sounds like hell, but to lots of people it's probably a great time. And Helgatha has only made it like 3 feet through the club door because the axe, she is willing to threaten people, but it when you pin somebody against the wall and threaten them, this is easier to do when for several reasons, when you do it in the privacy of their own space. They feel violated on an additional level, so it might be easier to get the reaction you want. And if it's a bluff and they call your shit, only they saw you cave, not an entire nightclub full of people. So Helgatha can't actually cut these people down in here unless she's really willing to do it,
And she can't push them up against a wall she can't reach.
Right.
There's so many people, there's no way she's able to push. Hold on, let me push you 10 feet through all
She is wielding an axe, so she can technically nudge them with her axe to get out of the way.
Yeah, but she's trying not to, like, this is more of a and then you kind of motion at the axe, but these people don't. Many of them are high, lots of them are drunk, and almost all of them.
You just need to flip the axe upside down and sweep them sharply.
Right, sharply. Many of them are just lost in the sound and the experience right now. And Helgatha is a council member, and when they're all, straight, they probably know that. And right now they don't care. She's having a really hard time making it through the crowd. Creve is. You can see him from here. He's taller than everyone else. You can smell him from here. It's awful.
Does he smell like what we smelled in the apartment?
Tom?
Oh no, Creve just smells like really copious amounts of BO. Like gym bag you forgot about in the bottom of the locker with socks in it for a year, kind of bad.
I didn't need that. No.
Oh, so it's grown an extra sock.
Yeah.
So where the ventilation shaft would allow us to come out compared to
ventilation shaft actually puts you in this that you have 2 choices. You can drop, well, you have dozens of choices, but the 2 that are closest to the nightclub, there's a vent right outside the front door. It'll drop you. You drop 6 feet right into the front of the nightclub door, or in the ceiling of the nightclub.
Which would be how close to him?
About 15 feet at a pretty steep angle because you're in the ceiling. To be fair, to be clear, Creve is not actually touching anyone and isn't directly recommending. It doesn't look like it. You can barely hear him. I imagine that he has Creve looks like a very unwashed, bigger guy, but has the almost hypnotic charm of like a siren, like the Greco-Roman kind of siren. He is talking, not singing, but these people are just sort of talking to one another and then like putting their hands on one another. No one's dying yet, but there are little like people are just digging into other people. And as other people notice that and go, hey, what the hell? The sound catches them, and this is just sweeping across the room.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
so it's not
magic.
Like Kingsman's
maybe
level of violence yet.
Maybe it's magic. Maybe it's just pack mentality. Who knows?
Yep.
Yeah,
Maybe it's
maybe
Maybelline.
so.
Right. I can't believe it's not one. Right.
What?
Can I climb down?
I was gonna say, I think Hanamichi would try to
really.
get.
It's a ventilation shaft. You're just gonna fall out.
Okay,
I can
great.
help.
Can I fall out and land on the floor near him and try to blend in with the people partying?
Given how tightly packed that space is, I'm gonna make you roll so you don't land on someone. But
Hey, if
yeah,
I do-
sure.
I'll just have to be charming.
If you want to wait like just a second, my Mikio gives you something to stand on in the air.
Neat.
No, that draws attention.
Yes.
We're in a
Yeah.
nightclub.
Yep.
True.
No, they're in a
Use it.
nightclub.
Use your
Oh, there.
Mikio to make things in the air to walk across and get across quicker.
Hoshi will finish their turn, and then Tanamichi will take their turn, and then I'll get to the two of you, and then I'll get to the two of them.
Okay.
Because you all get there almost
we're
at the
here.
same time, but that
Yeah.
almost in this moment could really matter.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So what am I rolling?
To not land on anybody, an athletics roll.
Athletic? Okay. Okay. 4, 5, 1, 3.
Which puts you at what? 2 successes?
There's a 1 in there.
Yeah.
So you have 1 success.
Yep.
So you don't land on anybody per se, but in order to not do that, you don't crumple, but you don't have a line
It's
of
not graceful.
Yeah, it's klutzy looking.
Part of course.
She's fine
Hey
with that.
now,
You remember the foot incident?
Lefty?
Oh, God.
Yes, I remember the saga of the story.
That wasn't a failed roll on her end. That meant that she got the foot. Sorry, that was a fail, but it almost shattered, and then she saved herself.
Right.
But you're still lefty.
You might have been footless. Well, you still had a foot. 12
Foot
inches.
loose. Foot loose.
She's going to stand up and try to.
Now I got the song stuck in my head. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Foot loose. Hypotenuse.
Hypotenuse, or you bought a noose. Don't hurt yourself, man.
Well, no, she is going to try to maneuver herself, if possible, behind him.
Oh, that's going to be difficult.
Yep.
He's got his back against a bar, which means the only way to get behind him is to be behind the bar.
Okay, she'll go for beside for now.
Okay.
But close. And on her way over, I would like to put little, like put something in, like earplugs in her ears.
You bet. Do you have something like that?
I have cloth.
There you go. Close enough. You bet. So you just kind of, you bet. Which is, I mean, in order for it to be capable enough to drown out his charm, it would have to be stifling enough to cut out not to cut out, but to deafen most of the nightclub sound. You know what earplugs sound like. But they'd have to be really something. Tanamichi, what do you want to do? Hoshi has taken their turn to make a roll and then move into position.
I think
when I say position, you do mean you've got your gun up ready to shoot this guy, yes?
Not my gun.
Not your gun.
I don't have a gun. I have a crossbow, but not my crossbow. She has a garrote.
Whoa! Oh, Jesus.
Pinky. All right, Tanamichi, what was that?
I've had that since Fisherwood.
Wow, little BDSM on the dance floor. I'm not judging. I'm here for it. But later on, when you can go ahead.
Tanamichi is going to make a let's see.
Later on, when YouTube asks me if this video is for kids, I'm gonna have to say no.
Yeah.
I'm not the one that brought up BDSM. I just said garage.
That's the thing that makes it not safe for kids. Of everything that's happened, that was
piece
what
of wire used to choke someone out is what makes this not safe for kids.
Not the first episode.
The rest of it was
gag.
like Sesame Street goodness. I don't know what you mean. The cube gag. Again, that was then, this is now. Stop living in the past. That happened back there.
Yeah. First off, is there any like rafters? Is there anything in the ceiling? Like,
that does remind me I should update
nightclub
her.
has a high ceiling. There's lots of rafters, and there are people up there dancing in cages, right?
Okay.
That just reminded me I do have a gun in her art, because the original time, because remember I had made her character sheet and then it hadn't saved, so I had to remake it. When I remade it, I didn't give her a gun. So I actually should swap that out for a crossbow. But yeah.
That's okay. Okay, so in that case, Tanamichi's gonna stay up and above to kind of just be aware of everything. So he's gonna kind of drop down into some of the rafters and stuff, away from people as much as he can be.
Sure.
Kind of being in the shadows. And during the time that it's taken to get up here and everything, I have a hidden blade technique. So basically I have a highly concealable blade. So if needed, I have that ready, and nobody knows that it's going to come if it comes out. But yeah, he's just going to kind of stealth in the rafters and kind of keep an eye on everything and wait for the rest of the group to get there.
Okay, sounds good. Do you want to do anything else? Because that's barely a turn. I don't want you to feel left out.
Well, he doesn't really have anything to like. He doesn't want to get down, because that means
you can see Hoshi in the crowd, who have well, not in the crowd anymore. Not really. They've slid up to the side of the bar, which is about as out of the crowd as you can get and still be in the building.
Yeah.
And you can see Helga over there, who is doing their best to, like, they're getting irritated. They are not actually willing to hurt these people in any permanent fashion, but this is a problem, right? So they are starting to, like, have their hair, like, grab people and, like, move them out of the way, like an extra set of hands. Helga is not physically impressive. Most of the ability to lift that axe comes from the tech in the axe. And they're like 2 feet high. Like, so
yeah.
At a certain point, leverage, you just don't have it.
Yeah, so he's just in and observing, and will basically like take to the shadows and be like in the shadows.
Would you roll a d4? Because with you haven't put earplugs in, and you're deliberately taking the turn to be observant, which means you have an opportunity that Hoshi doesn't have. To observe how many rounds it's going to be before Helga starts to give way to that sound.
I thought you were going to say for Tanamichi to give way to that sound, but I like that option a lot better, that it's Helga, not Tanamichi.
I was also
I don't know
worried
that it's
about
good
that.
That it's Helga. If she starts wielding that axe on the crowd.
Yeah,
but it means it's not character out of control again, and Tanamichi.
Okay, I got a 4 on a d4.
Neat.
So we have a little bit of time.
Kai, 4, it's your the royal your turn.
Your.
Okay.
Like days of yore?
My days?
Not your days.
Days of
the royal days.
Always your days.
Right.
Or days of our lives.
Days of your lives?
Days of 4. Yep.
4.
Sorry.
Days of ore? Is that like mining? That's DRG again. Days of ore.
Anyway.
Anywho. Oakley Double.
Is Creve the source of the noise, or is there like something related to the
nightclub has 4 giant fucking speakers in each corner of the building. They're like 12 feet high.
Right.
But the harmonic sound that Creve is making, the siren sound, is coming from him.
Okay, so wait, so it's not connected to the sound that the nightclub is projecting. It's literally just he's overriding it or mixing it in.
It's more like it's more like his sound is moving in between the notes at the nightclub.
Okay.
It's definitely not an accident, you know.
I think there's something very specific we need to do in this situation.
I thought Hoshi already covered that. Shoot that motherfucker.
Yeah, well, yeah, there is that.
Or choke out. One of the two.
Even more important.
I suppose what I meant was sweep from the board, which is a nice PR way of saying do what you got to do.
Yeah. 4. Can you fuck with the DJ booth?
I most definitely am willing to fuck with the DJ booth.
Can you add a whiff? Can we add a whiff in there? Can we say fuck with the DJ booth?
That's what I thought he said.
That's what
I did say
just
that twice.
heard. Can you fuck the DJ booth?
Right, back to the conversation about
yes,
polka dots.
I absolutely can. Just fuck the DJ booth.
Now
just take it to the mat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, there's knob holes all over it.
From
there are cages and
from
poles in the
my
garage.
hearing, apparently.
It's a dirty, dirty nightclub. Like, don't
listen.
Listen.
Probably already are. It's
You're gonna need like some real nice, like, don't skimp on the soap after. Is all I'm saying.
From the entrance to the nightclub.
On the soap after a nightclub?
From the entrance to the nightclub, how far is it exactly to Creeve's location?
From the nightclub door?
In feet.
48.
Aww.
Spectacular.
You did say exactly, so 48.
Well, because 48 is less than 50.
That's true. Like,
this is a true statement. Yes,
right. This is where Kai showcases that they graduated from high school. I'm happy for you.
Right. How close is he to a wall?
He's up against a bar.
Yeah, his back is touching a bar, and the other end of that bar. So the bar is like the other end of that bar is like 6 feet from a wall. So, I mean, a grand total of 6.5 feet, maybe less. Why?
Fucking look, man.
Yeah, right. Shit's about to go down.
Yeah. So I would like to make an assassination attempt on him.
Okay. Could you be a tiny bit more specific? By which I'm sorry, that came out like a question. I need you to be more specific.
I intend to.
Okay.
I need to do a little combo platter here.
Ooh. A poo-poo platter of pain for one.
So, using the spatial portal technique, the Mikio, I can create a black portal 1 foot in diameter on a surface I can touch. You just sounded so much like a
Naruto ninja. That was great. Using my magic bullshit technique.
Yeah. Fucking Jujutsu Kaisen shit.
Using
you need to do the hand signs, though.
Spatial portal Mikio, yeah. I can create a black portal on a surface I can touch and another one on a surface within 50 feet of me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's some One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, insert 90 shonen anime that you like here nonsense.
Yeah. So I'm going to take my crossbow, fire it through the portal, and hit him in the head.
I mean, just so we're clear, you are going to land, put your head, like, create a portal, point, shoot. That portal is going to be on the wall behind him or on the bar he's leaning on. I need to know if you miss, if the crossbow bolt is going to go this way into the crowd or that way into the ceiling.
Aim to go into the ceiling.
You bet. So if you miss, Tanamichi's going to get shot, not an innocent person. Good to know. All right.
Hey, you know, fringe benefits.
Why throw shade when you can throw the night sky? Jeez.
Hey, guess what?
It just mirrors a cold in here.
Ooh. Okay. So let's see here. So I am rolling mind marksmanship. That's 5 dice.
If Kai succeeds, can Hoshi just attempt to like grab him and pull him behind the bar? Not Kai, the council.
Right, yeah, not so when you say shoot him, you mean with a bullet?
With a crossbow bolt.
Yeah, but we're talking a lethal attack here, right? You're looking to put a crossbow in the back of his head. That's the kind of thing that a person dies from. I'm just trying to make sure that we all understand that you are attempting to murder a council member right now.
I think the plan was to not do that.
The plan was to not do that. I'm just
okay.
I'm not trying to talk you out of it. I'm just trying to make sure that we all understand.
Well, if I put it in the bar surface, I can maybe hit him in the back, not the head. That will disable him.
Paralyzing shot.
Paralyzing shot.
I know that
that's some spin.
In Discord they're trying to figure out a way to get people out of the bar or out of the nightclub.
That's some quality spin. He's not a prisoner. He lives a solitary lifestyle.
Right.
I think what Kai is doing is a good option if we fuck it up. Is there a way of you shooting him to make him
I will pause. I will say I have a shot on him.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And I can tell basically as soon as it
as soon as it fucks up.
Yeah, the second I have to do is the second if he immediately if he becomes suspicious or we confirm he's the yokai, I can put him down right here, right now.
You bet.
I like that.
Speaking of, that means that we're going to shift to the other person in the initiative order. I don't usually do initiative order. Forward, it's your turn. Where you were asked if you would entangle yourself with the DJ booth.
Absolutely. Thank you for asking. I will most definitely entangle myself with the DJ booth. First course of action.
Protection now.
Absolutely.
Practice safe sound.
Oh god, I'm trying to think of a word, but absolutely not. The capacitors are all in.
I bet they are.
God damn it.
Capacitors, is that what we're calling them now.
Remember, you have to reverse the polarity of the flux capacitor.
Oh yeah, they're fluxing
right.
all over the place.
Look. Contrary to popular belief, you absolutely should cross the streams. 100%.
Victory achieved. Heather has left the chair.
Somewhere the signals got crossed there.
We crossed the streams. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I am going to kind of move the DJ out of the booth.
I bet. The booth's too small for whatever it is you're going to get into.
Y'all cause me physical, psychological pain. I already have migraines. How can you make them exist again?
Or like a D8? How much
it's
pain
not going to get better.
Oh, a D12.
All right.
out of this system damage.
We need to invent a D16 just for this.
So
we really don't.
This is a D100.
I've got a D160 on my desk right now.
We really don't.
The orb of fate.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and switch up the music.
Your orbs of fate on this DJ. Right.
See, this isn't even all me. This wasn't my idea.
Oh, it's not all you. That's why it's so bad. It's because it just keeps.
It's a collective.
Right. Much like what Creve is doing. It's a mob thing now.
One would say we're really hitting those slides. Because it's a DJ thing. They have slides.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Trust my brain to be filthy and musically inclined. There was no way I'm going to miss that joke.
Yeah. I'm going to. Every DJ has their mic thing.
Only the men. Well, that's not entirely true.
What?
Anyway.
Oh, Jesus.
Keep going.
I basically just want to try and convince the crowd that there is something equally as interesting immediately going on outside the room.
Good luck with that.
It works a lot better if you turn off the music or make it suck real quick.
Whoa.
Make it suck.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Look, man.
The English language
the music
is a wash in euphemisms.
Yes, next.
It's true. It is a wash. That's true. It was Look, it was there. It was low-hanging fruit, and I grabbed it. Okay? You were saying.
Stop grabbing at fruit. Leave it alone, God damn it.
What did that
Poor
fruit ever
left
do
it
to
where I
you?
could reach it.
Why do you keep going after the coconut sack?
This is fructose harassment.
I'm gonna not just turn off my camera. I'm gonna click out of the call. You are making the music of poor quality. Yes.
This is like the first time I've spoken all session. Come on.
It's not you. You're doing great. They're being horrible.
You say horrible. I hear engaging.
What is doing to the DJ booth?
Yeah. I just want to switch up the music to something that's not the everyone let's dance on the floor to more of a announcement background.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know. The worst thing you could ever do at one of these parties.
Just switches it to NPR or something.
Yeah. I was thinking Ben Stein reads books written by Carl Sagan. Like, I love Carl Sagan, but that guy will knock you out.
Your favorite podcast?
I have a bit, and everyone except Kai is gonna love it.
Okay.
You have my attention.
You really don't want to give it.
I am so ready for this that I'm gonna
so
skip over the
excited.
part where you said I have a bit. And I'm not gonna. Nope.
Oh, Christ!
I went there though.
I thought you did. And Heather can't even say she's not filthy. She went to band filthy, filthy,
Yeah, but not. I don't do puns.
That was word
there's
association.
A line.
Those aren't puns, right? Only
all
some
right,
of those were puns.
so what does what Four say?
What is that Four is doing?
Yeah. He's gonna pick up the mic and go basically tell the crowd, everyone, just for our announcement to break up the music, we have a special today. There is a grab bike outside up for grabs.
I beg your pardon.
You dirty, rotten hippie.
I'm not done. I'm not done. Just
I
wait.
think you are.
I'm not done.
I was gonna take his.
The crossbow, the portal could go in many different directions.
The winner.
It's going to end because Kai's going to shoot you in the face.
I am not done. And there's a tracker on it. It's fine. We can take it back. The winner is whoever can keep their hand on it the longest. This is a new custom bike, never seen on the grav strip. You'll be the one of a kind from the great Ferret Man. I forgot his name again.
Gonna throw
Ferret the Ferret.
Like that.
Yeah. No, I didn't use my real name. It just said Mr. Fix-It's Garage.
Yeah, I'm just saying Ferret Man. I'm not saying who.
Rena, would you roll?
Or you hear in your head, Kai is gonna kill you.
Who's rolling what?
Now.
Yes, Kai is going to kill you.
Rena, you're going to make an endurance roll for Helgatha as those people attempt to stampede through her to get outside to a bike. She's not graceful and she knows it. So instead of rolling out of the way, she's going to put up the axe up like that and hope for the best. The good news is she has 5 pips in body and 3 in endurance. So you're going to roll 8 dice.
How many?
8? 8. Nice.
Oh,
very nice.
Okay.
Tanamichi just immediately looks at Kai to see his face and see what their reaction is. Just grinning.
This is the
massively.
Worst day of Kai's life.
And it is at least partially your fault.
Mike, you know what's amazing? All the stuff that I was teasing you about, we haven't even touched on it yet.
Nope.
Not a bit.
We haven't even gone there. We haven't even started down that.
I feel like a PSA
tonight.
is important. Earlier when
so far I need to roll one more, but so far I have 2 5s, a 4, a 6, 2 3s, and a 1.
Oh, you're fine.
And I need to roll one more.
Unless the next one's a 1.
Sure. Oh,
even
it's
if
a 3. It was a 3.
Yeah, you're fine.
So 4.
As I, hoped, because you never can't say expected. I still kick you in the pants if you say expected. As I hoped, Helgatha just people bounce off of her like bugs off a windshield. But they go around. And Creve, I mean,
I'm not done.
You're not done.
I'm
How are you not done?
Yeah,
I'm
he
not
wasn't done with
done.
his announcement.
There's
You have-
another important section of the announcement.
Oh God.
You're done, all right. You're
No.
done.
No.
You're so done.
First of all, where did we park the bike? This is important.
I assumed like right outside the nightclub door.
Can we
in order to get there like right after they did.
We'll put it in the employee parking lot.
How far away is that from the nightclub door?
There are multiple nightclub doors. One's employee access, one's customer access.
But still, we're talking circumference from the building. What?
A couple of feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that means when the people shriek that there is no bike and you're full of crap, you can hear them.
Yeah,
Yes?
that doesn't matter.
Okay. I feel like it does to Kai.
If you told them the right location, I'd murder you. If you told them the wrong location, I'm still wary, but we're at least
I'm purposely saying not the lot we put the bike in.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I said grab bike because everyone likes grab bikes, and there's a whole goddamn sport around it, and everyone wants one.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I did want to establish that grab bike racing in this setting is like the Formula One to spaceship racing's NASCAR, but still, it's the slightly less cool version.
But it's still cool enough.
Yeah.
That a crowd of people would leave a nightclub
to
try and
free
get one.
bike.
Right, exactly.
And there's a second thing directly after that, once the room is cleared. I want to use my Mikio on the door to make it so no one the particle wall.
Oh.
Yeah, to make it so no one can come back in the room.
Oh, I see.
I had a plan.
Do you want to do that after Molly and Rena make it into the room, or you want to deal with Creve just the four of you?
If I can tell that people are not going to come back in before they can get in the room, totally okay with blocking it after. If they're going to be flooded again before they get back,
they come in right after you, so no, you'll be able to squeak them in and then close the door real quick so the people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's the grand plan.
The six, I can't count.
6 of us.
Number of
the 6 of you. Sure, yeah, sure. I believe you. What's not to believe?
And Helgatha is also still in here.
Yes, you bet.
Sorry. Technically, it's the 9 of us because it's 5 of us plus 4.
Ah. Heather, how
That
you doing
deserves a pity chuckle.
I bequeath upon you a single knee slap.
Yep.
All right. So
what's Crave doing after everybody left?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's upset.
God.
Creve will stand up, bow, crack his knuckles, and start taking off his clothes. And I will see you next time.
Oh, sure. Great. Love ending on stripping.
All right. Well, love that.
Time
we
for the
haven't
after
even-
show.
Great.
So for a little bit of context, in our Saturday game, Mike's character who died is now haunting my character's brain. And so I've been, dropping little things as like hopeful torture, and I was like, yeah, and tonight we haven't even touched on the stuff yet.
And I'm just in hell.
Oh lordy lord. Oh,
I hope you're happy.
I
was
thrilled
amazing.
with how your day is going. I am loving how your day is going. I am
terrible,
pissed off
horrible.
at the number of puns.
No good, very bad day.
No good, very bad. Yeah.
Oh man.
It's a shame we didn't get to Jay in time to tell him to change the title to that.
I also
The worst
want
part
to say
is, I just want to say on that assassinate, I rolled a 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. I absolutely would have put him down dead.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hey, you still can.
Yeah.
He's stripping in the middle of the club. So, that might be the
easy target, right?
Part of us being super sneaky and not teaching people about yokai kind of means people shouldn't be seeing when we murder people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
So my
there's
thought
two
was
things.
to try to silence his voice, you guys. I'm glad you brought up getting them out, and then figure out what we were doing, and then Kai just being like, you know what? Assassinate. I'm like, wait, hold on. The people can see us.
Yeah, well, listen, here's the thing. The worst part of it is that if we actually go by the mechanics of the game, it's fine. Because when you're in a crowd, you're considered obscured.
Oh, that's true. But they would notice him die. They wouldn't notice you kill him.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. That would be. And if you turned into yokai, they would notice that.
Right. And if you're considered hidden for your target or they do not suspect you mean them harm, you're within 50 feet and you're unarmed or wielding a weapon without the loud trait, you can take an assassinate action to silently kill them.
Yep.
If
Which, again, you absolutely can still do, and you're in the perfect spot for it.
Right. If you succeed, you instantly kill the target without alerting anyone who wasn't directly observing them. The catch is, I think, if you fail, you deal no damage and are perceived by the target and any characters in the area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like having that in place, especially with it set up behind him. So, like, it's not even...
The second he reveals himself as a yokai, I can just put him down.
100%. 100%.
The only catch, of course, is that if Helgatha is not a yokai...
The main
But Helgatha is already suspecting
different
people of being yokai. So we would... The problem is going to be if we put him out and he isn't yokai.
Right.
Because either she's not and we're fucked because we just killed a council member, or she is, and now we got to take her out too because we just...
I thought that we had already done some sort of thing
I think
within
we
Helga's
presence
her, where we found out that she's very, very unlikely.
We are very
pretty much
confident
sure
that
she's
not. But
yeah.
Also, I love messaging Jay questions during the game. It's fun. They're necessary questions, but it's just like, I need to know this piece of information for what my character's reaction to this thing is. Okay, thank you.
I'm so sorry, Mike, but it was the only thing I could think of.
I love how you're like, everyone's
honestly
gonna do this except for Kai.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Like, everyone's gonna love this except for Kai. And it's like, ha, except for Kai will then murder you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know that's
We have established I'm a cold ass motherfucker with this crossbow.
Yeah. Like,
I mean,
there was a chance
behind him without looking,
and he was totally fine with that. Like,
oh yeah.
But
now we have. Well, we technically after this will have potentially 3 people on his list. Me, because of Rena because of her dad, Tanamichi because of eavesdropping, and 4 because of his bike.
And Hoshi just because.
Hoshi's been on the list since the beginning just because Kai's not trusted her.
So, congratulations, Molly. You're the only one here I don't hate.
Wait.
Hey.
Which honestly kind of tracks for Molly.
Hey, in the secret organization of spies, where do you live? No.
Yeah.
I don't trust you.
In For's defense,
honestly, Hoshi, the reason I don't trust you is not because you won't tell me that piece of information. It's because context clues. Because, and I'm always going to put this in context because it is deeply important. Rena has revealed to us pretty openly that her father, her direct paternal ancestor, is like the most lethal, psychotic son of a bitch in the entirety of the cosmos.
Don't forget about
we had to go there.
Xanatos. I mean, don't forget him.
Right. Okay. So we have 2. And whatever Hoshi is protecting, she considers to be more worthy of secrecy than
Rena didn't tell us that until we were there.
Yeah.
Right.
Rena didn't tell us any personal stuff until we were in her personal shit.
Tanamichi
we haven't gotten into Hoshi's
necessarily realize it until we were there.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just
like
I'm part of the clan.
In the aftermath of that revelation.
In the aftermath of that revelation,
I'm saying in the aftermath of that, what I'm
protecting, yes.
What you're protecting,
yes.
You consider to be more of a problem than that.
Problem isn't the word I'd use, but yes.
Threat?
No.
If she's protecting it, not necessarily a problem.
Yep.
But she's still protecting it.
Right. So, and that's the thing that Hoshi is guarding something that makes Kai.
Hoshi is absolutely guarding something, 100%. Yep.
And the thing that the reason that Kai is upset and confused and concerned is the unknown quantity of that.
But she knows what it is, and it's so far it doesn't need to be shared yet. Well, so it's fine.
No, the reason Kai is upset is because the idea of unknown unknowns.
For sure.
Of this
so Kai has a control problem. Got it.
No, she's not upset at you for not trusting her. It's just to me very funny because I know what she's protecting and not telling you. And it's valid. It's 100% valid, and we will get into it. We didn't get into it today, which I thought was hilarious because we were gonna.
We didn't have time, but
yeah.
No, we went in a different direction.
Yeah. Several different directions.
Yeah.
But yeah, but
can I defend why he chose the bike specifically?
Your plan is fine.
I know, but
I want to hear it though.
There's a very specific reason why he chose grav bikes over everything else. Because he has been on Refuge for what? Like 4 hours?
Maybe.
Not even?
Yeah.
What is the coolest thing he has seen on Refuge since he got there?
The grab
Valid.
bike.
What is the only thing 4 cares about?
Technology.
When he is trying to get everyone out of the room to go see something really cool,
he assumes they're as big a nerd
what
as
is
he
the coolest thing he can think of?
No, I thought it was a great idea, and it definitely worked. And I appreciated that you were like, "Where is it parked? I'm going to send them a different direction."
That was an afterthought. That was not part of the plan.
Instead of actually,
I'm glad we did afterthink that, because then Kai would have actually
I was planning on it being the actual bike.
Yeah,
I figured you were real quick.
Fine.
I really
okay.
Found a little scapegoat there, did you?
Pardon?
Yep.
Found a little scapegoat.
But I had a plan in case it was, because we still do have the tracker on it. I was also thinking, well, if we save a bunch of council members and keep a lot of people from dying, I think we can eke out, hey, we can get him a new bike.
But it's not his bike.
And we're also supposed to be undercover doing all of this.
We can build one together.
So we can't really claim prize. Well, we can claim prizes, but we can't.
To be fair, on a personal note, if someone smashed my violin within the context, if we could just get her another one, I'd still be pissed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
if
absolutely.
It's to save an entire building full of people,
here's a question I have.
Okay, that's valid.
Some distrust, because it is a genuine question. Jay has told me that things are going to happen that are going to involve Hoshi and 2 other players. One being Kai, because of what he's wanting and everything. And he hasn't told me who the other one is. So one of y'all's stuff is going to coincide with ours, and I'm curious as to see who. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed. Good night, y'all.
Night.
I know. We'll leave it there.